And we are down to 8 players. Blinds at 12 and 24,000. Action on Grant Levy with pocket kings.
Nice.
Very strong hand here. Definitely going to raise. Question is how much with the blinds at 12 and 24,000.
And he makes it 78,000.
Pretty consistent standard raise.
Come on, Johnny. Water's warm. It is.
Looking for some action.
It's very warm.
Trying to tease John Matway from the United States, trying to get him in the hand with ace-3 offsuit.
The beach is closed, he says.
Yeah, a bit of action sometimes, please.
Water's warm, but the beach is closed.
Over to fellow Australian Jai Kemp with 7-4 offsuit.
That's what they had up to.
And he lets it go, so Grant Levy will take a nice little pot and show everybody his kings.
Well, slightly disappointing to win just the blinds and antes with kings, but he decides to show it, possibly to improve his table image, let them know, you know what, I'm not stealing, guys.
And there is the trophy they are all vying for. Sol Bergeron.
I'm getting tired already.
A little bit of yawning going on.
Go take a nap.
We just started. You're tired already? This is a young kid. What's going on here?
And the action is on Barry Koloff.
Seemed like a good idea to me.
He lets it go. Around to Grant Levy once more. With pocket kings again.
Pocket kings, back-to-back hands, and he picks up kings. We'll see what he does with it this time. He's definitely going to raise once again.
It's a 2,000 discount from last time.
He makes it 2,000 less than last time, 76,000 this time.
Well, with a little bit of a speech, kind of being very jovial and friendly and fun.
Queens then.
You know, 76, give you guys a break. Very comfortable. Trying to get action this time. 78 didn't work.
Don't like it again.
Trying a little bit less.
You saw VJ, the Malaysian, fold all the way around to Jai Kemp. He folds. Action on the Canadian Sol Bergeron. 10-9 offsuit.
Well, he isn't a big blind. Good players generally like to defend their blinds with a wide variety of hands.
And he does make the call.
I would do the same. So far, so good. Although, if I knew the guy had kings, maybe not.
And we go to the flop. It is Queen 9-5.
So you see there, Bergeron flops a middle pair with a pair of nines.
And
Levy
checks.
with an overpair, 2 kings.
Action on Grant Levy with his pocket kings.
100.
Makes it 100,000 to go.
Pretty good size bet here. For Bergeron, a tough decision. He's got middle pair. Levy would bet a lot of hands after the flop. For example, if he had ace-king or maybe ace-jack. So Bergeron's going to call.
And he does make the call, so we do go to the turn.
So far, so good.
2 of spades on the turn.
Well, that card should scare both players just a little bit. Levy has to worry that maybe Bergeron had 2 spades in his hand, which would make a flush.
Bergeron checks.
Bergeron, of course, just hoping to play a small pot with his pair. Ooh.
And Grant Levy checks. The river, a 6 of clubs.
Levy decided to play it safe. See what happens now on the river. Bergeron has to feel like, hey, maybe my nines are good. He didn't bet the turn.
Sol Bergeron checks. Action on Grant Levy, who has the check mark. He cannot lose unless he folds.
I check.
No.
And he checks as well, so he shows his kings once more.
Well, I'm surprised by that. I would have suspected Levy to try to make some kind of a value bet, maybe 150, 200,000. And you know what? Bergeron might have called there with his pair of nines.
I told you I had kings about 15 times this time.
Well, we've seen 2 in a row, that's for sure.
I thought you had a set of queens. Well, yeah. I wish I had a set of queens.
Listen up, Sol. Today's lesson from Coach Levy is hold on to your pocket kings. Grant is clearly enjoying himself at the poker table, and he is passionate about his job as a phys ed teacher here in Sydney. But that's not all this local boy is known for.
I was on the coaching staff of the Penrith Panthers under-20s team, which is a rugby league team. I've been coaching for about 4 years. They won the championship this year. It was a really thrilling victory because you spend 12 months with a group of people. You make a lot of sacrifices, so to lift the trophy on grand final day, it was a pretty big thrill. Poker's a sport. I haven't met a poker player that likes to lose. I have to prepare. Just like I'm playing a sport, I need to make sure I get my rest. You're preparing your mind as opposed to your body.
You got aces, you're good.
Every time I sit down at the table, I get the buzz, I get a thrill. Winning the rugby league title is pretty big. But I think winning the poker tournament would be a bigger thrill because, you know, it's just me. To get through a quality field of 560 players, I think would be a huge achievement.
I love rugby. You know, I'm actually a great bowler, throw tons of wickets, and have a great economy.
Daniel, that's cricket.
Oh, really? Man, bluffing again.
Action on Jeremiah Vincent.
Meanwhile, of course, Levy's just had kings, and everyone else at the table going, where do you get these cards from?
Folds around to Matway, and he lets it go, as does Jai Kemp. Sol Berggren.
He picks up king-queen here. Looks like he wants to raise, and he does.
Makes it 75,000. Action on Leahy with 8-9 of spades.
Well, that's a fun hand, but he decides he doesn't want to play it, conserving his chip lead.
Grant Levy with ace-7 of diamonds.
Cool.
And will call.
Well, out of the blind with ace-7 of diamonds, you definitely want to see a flop. Mostly hoping to make the flush.
And the flop is Jack-8, deuce, 2 diamonds.
Well, he's on his way. He's got 4 to the flush. As you can see, his percentage, 86%. Sol Berggren totally misses here with just king-queen.
Levy checks.
Now, Berggren might continuation bet bluff, but he doesn't.
He checks as well, so we go to the turn. It is a 10 of hearts.
Oh, that's an interesting card now, because Berggren has a straight draw with his king-queen. It also gives Levy a straight draw. If the 9 comes, you'd see Levy with a jack-high straight, but Berggren would make a much higher straight with the king-high straight.
And Levy bets 60,000.
This is what we call a semi-bluff. He's betting on the come, trying to steal the pot, really. But if Berggren does call, he has some outs. He can catch a diamond, and he thinks a 9 would make him a straight, which would help. But actually, Berggren would make the higher straight.
And he makes the call, so we go to the river. It is an ace of hearts.
Well, that card has just made Levy a pair of aces, but more importantly, Berggren just made the ace-high straight. He has what we call the nuts, the best possible hand. You see the check mark.
And Grant Levy checks it to Sol Berggren.
Very good check. He made his pair of aces, deciding to just check, maybe call a small bet. But look at this. Berggren's betting.
Makes it 200,000.
She hit that.
Really wants to get paid off well with this hand. He's just made a straight. Levy's confused a little bit by this bet. He just made his ace.
She bet the flop.
Wow.
And he folds and shows the ace.
That's a very, very well-played hand there by Levy. He bet his draw on the turn, trying to hit the flush, missed it on the river.
Good draw.
Smart enough to lay it down.
And even pocket kings couldn't have saved Grant there. Sol had the straight, and now he's got some of Grant's chips. Welcome back to Sydney and Star City, where players came for the poker
Oh, my God.
and stayed for the fun.
When you weren't here.
You're wearing my favourite colour on you today, huh?
Be careful of that stuff, Joe.
And a lucky few enjoyed some fun in the sun with our own Erin McNaught in this edition of Offsuit.
Bondi is one of the world's most famous beaches, and Aussies come here for fun, sand, and surf. So, I brought a couple of my poker friends along for a surf lesson before hitting the open ocean.
You may be caught in a rip and dragged out to sea or in an area where waves are breaking in high impact onto rocks or headland. Sounds fun. I agree.
That sign right there says dangerous current, and then the other one says surfboarding not permitted. That's very good. We're going out on this one.
First thing we want to do is get used to our boards laying down, and then we do some nice long paddling.
After a little bit of practice, we were ready to hit the water. Well, ready as we'd ever be. I think it's time. Us women proved ourselves to be natural surfers.
Look at this. Look at Isabel. Look at that.
The boys, well, they struggled a little bit.